Okay, quick film study here. This probably won't be as long as my usual ones, but I want to talk about Jalen Carter a little bit. And you might be thinking, oh, okay, talk about how he had no impact in the Super Bowl and wasn't effective. No, I actually thought that he did have an impact in this game, even if it wasn't in the stat sheet. He kind of was the one guy who was shut out in terms of sacks, but that doesn't mean he wasn't effective, and a play like this is a great example of why I think he was so effective. Also, real quick, before I get too much further into this video, I'll mention that I do have a movie channel. If you like watching movies, want to hear my thoughts on movies, you can check that out. The link is in the description below. I do like movie reviews and like some tier lists and some other movie-related topics, so check that out if it seems like your kind of thing. But yeah, let's get back to the video. So you have Jalen Carter and Milton Williams are the two interior defensive linemen. Both very good, but obviously Jalen Carter is he's the guy, he's the better player. He's the one who has the brand recognition, so to speak. What's interesting about the Chiefs is so they're going to have their right guard and left guard simply just block the two players in front of them. The center is going to zone block essentially, where he just blocks whatever guy he feels like needs the most help. But what's fascinating to me is the left guard is a backup, kind of. He was a backup all year. He essentially won the starting job due to the tackle being such a bad position that the left guard that is really good for the Chiefs moved to left tackle. And now Mike Caliendo, that's the left guard, now he's getting the start. So, okay, what would you in theory want to do if you're the Eagles? You want to put Jalen Carter on the left guard, right? Well, here he's actually on the right guard. And why do you do that? What's the logic? Well, because the Chiefs have a really good center, and if you just put Carter on the left guard, the center will help out the left guard, and Trey Smith's a very good right guard. He can try and block Milton Williams one-on-one. That's kind of like an even matchup. But here, you're in a tough situation if you're Kansas City. Trey Smith's a really good guard, but do you want to leave him one-on-one against a guy like Jalen Carter? I don't know. If he was against a backup guard, it'd be no discussion. You would just double team him. But now it's a discussion, and that's why the center is just going to block out whoever he feels like needs the help, as opposed to, just already starting over and helping out the backup guard. Because of this, Milton Williams is able to get essentially a one-on-one matchup where he knocks the ball out of Mahomes' hands. On top of this, Carter kind of got there and whacked Mahomes in the face. So, I mean, that wasn't really helpful, but goes to show he was still being an effective player that way. But this is, I think, a big part of what Carter was able to do. Again, football is called the ultimate team sport for a reason, and you can take players out of the game. That's what's so interesting about the sport. But because they were making an effort to take Carter out of the game on a lot of these plays, that opened the door for Milton Williams, and it opened the door for other players. Like heading over here, so, okay, you see where he is, once again, the interior defensive lineman. Yeah, sure, got it, understood. Once again, you notice that they're doing the same thing, right? He's going to be lined up on the right guard, and also, I think game situation can factor in here as well, where it's going to be, second down and 14. So feels like an obvious passing situation. So the Chiefs are going to double team the other interior defensive lineman. They want to help out their left guard, right? Okay, so what does that mean? Do you now leave Carter one-on-one? Well, they don't want to do that either. So they're going to double team him as well right there. Okay, so that's what they're going to do. Double teaming both of the interior defensive linemen. The issue is you also have Josh Sweat off the edge. Well, what do you do here? You've now used 4 of your offensive linemen on the interior defensive lineman. You have your left tackle blocking a guy, one-on-one. What do you do with the guy on the right side? Well, they're going to have Travis Kelce and a halfback, Isaiah Pacheco, blocking there. So it's a mismatch, but it's a halfback and it's it's 2 guys essentially. So that's kind of the logic. And here on this play, Mahomes takes the snap and immediately both tackles get beat. I mean, I guess both edge rushers win, I should say, because the tackle was double teaming an interior defensive lineman. And this is just going to show the value that Jalen Carter had, right? They essentially took so much attention, not just to help out their own right guard, but to try and pay attention to Jalen Carter. And because of that, they just don't have enough depth on the offensive line, and they struggled. Also, like, there were plays where he was impactful and just not on the stat sheet, like something like this, which is always helpful. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup here. So he's going one-on-one against the right guard. On this play, they're kind of doing the thing of saying, hey, let's just help out our left guard. Let's trust Trey Smith one-on-one. And as you see, Carter is going to win this rep. Smith grabs and pulls Carter, which results in a holding penalty. So because of that, they get a holding penalty, which helped because Mahomes did rush for the first down, but because of the holding penalty, now it gets brought back. So, again, sometimes you're impactful even if you're not on the stat sheet. And this one's another one where he was able to be impactful, where it's going to be, so you see where he is on the field. Once again, going up one-on-one against the right guard right here. And he's going to win this one really well. Watch, right away, boom, he's quickly past the guard. Wait a second, that was a bit too easy, right? Clearly, when you get let go like that, what does this mean? It means that it actually isn't a pass rushing play. This is a screen pass. They're trying to get you out of position. Jalen Carter realizes this. Watch him step back. He actually gets in that passing lane enough, kind of drifts a bit too far eventually, but because he was in it enough, it disrupted the timing enough that Mahomes then had to just throw it into the dirt instead of give it to his running back. So again, this is the play that everyone sits here and says, oh, okay, guess the screen pass didn't work out, end of discussion. But Carter was an impact player here. So again, what we expected from Carter was like 1,000 sacks and being able to be disruptive and pressure every play. It wasn't that, but he still did have a huge impact. So I want to make a video breaking it down because I find this stuff fascinating. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.